This is my best friend Emma. We met in kindergarten and hit it off after I convinced her that Emma is spelled MMA. We have been inseparable ever since. We went through school together and even became roommates in Austin after we both left Texas State University. I live in San Antonio now, and she is still in Austin attending UT. Our relationship, like most, has gone through trials and tribulations, but we still remain best friends because of the close bond that we've always had. The social penetration theory was developed by social psychologists Irwin Atman and Dalmas Taylor and aims to explain how relational closeness develops over time through self-disclosure. Hi, my name is Blair Vansura, and today I'll be discussing the processes of the social penetration theory. The social penetration theory can be compared to an onion because of all the layers. When first initiating a relationship, you may only know facts such as age and gender, but once we start to self-disclose, that's when we will learn more about each other. When Emma and I first met as children, we only knew the biographical data about each other, such as our names, age, and the fact that we went to the same school. Years later, and after a lot of self-disclosure, we were able to develop a close, intimate relationship because we came to know more of each other's inner values, such as our political and religious stances, hopes and dreams, and even deeper things such as insecurities and fears. We don't always relate on issues such as religious standpoints, but because we each have an open mind and respect for each other, we've always been able to speak freely about our own individual beliefs without fear of judgment or hurting the relationship. Now that I have discussed my experience, what can we infer? Well, self-disclosure is reciprocal. If at any time during the getting to know each other better phase, I was to feel like I was sharing more than Emma, I probably would have backed off and maybe even felt shut out due to not feeling as if Emma could trust me. Thankfully, that never happened, and we each shared personal stories and listened in equal amount, which made us both feel heard and cared for. I learned that becoming close with somebody is a gradual process that involves equal parts sharing and listening and patience to grow the relationship. Now that I have made some inferences, how can we transfer these inferences to other situations? The social penetration theory can be used in all relationships, from personal to professional. For example, it would be good to keep this process in mind if you start a career somewhere new that you don't know anybody. Professional relationships are task-oriented, and it may take more time to develop workplace friendships based on aspects separate from a strictly professional relationship. That isn't to say it is impossible to develop friendships in the workplace, and they're very common. But it is important to keep in mind that the initial conversations will more than likely be task-oriented until deeper levels of the self are given a chance to be expressed in conversations. In conclusion, the social penetration theory is a helpful thing to keep in mind when initiating new relationships. We could start to understand that closeness in relationships is a process, and it takes time, reciprocity, and patience to gain a deeper knowledge of each other. Now that you know more about the social penetration process, you can remember that it's a marathon, not a race, when becoming close to somebody. Thank you.